Yo, champs in the making, and welcome back to Legendary Adventures. My name is Eli, aka the Big Sauce Gamer Tag.
And I'm Becky, aka Small Fry.
And guys, the long-awaited information in regards to who the next Tier 5 Pokemon is going to be for raids after the Reggie's run through the Regigigas event has finally been announced. And it's going to be Cobalion. This is amazing news because it is one of the 3 legendaries that's going to be available, which means that the other ones are going to be slowly rolling out shortly after. Now, without further ado, the new Pokemon, new Tier 5 means we got to set up a team, who we're going to roll out with, and then of course what to be looking out there for that perfect hundo. So let's dive right in, okay? So when is this Pokemon going to be officially available? Officially
from November 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific time to November 26th, 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Which doesn't give you too much time to go ahead and set up the teams, especially because we're all, running around trying to set up for the Reggies. So what do we need to know? What is it that all the trainers want to know about Cobalion?
So the perfect IVs for Cobalion is 1727 at a level 20 non-weather boosted.
Okay.
So for the weather boosted, it's going to be 2159 combat power, and it's boosted by snow and cloudy weather.
Okay, very cool. Now what you want to know about this Pokemon, it's not the strongest in attack, and it's not a big...
It's more of a defensive Pokemon.
Right, yes. But even then it's not that tanky.
Yeah, that's true.
Ideally speaking, so long as this is a Tier 5 Pokemon and there's no changes, like they did with Darkrai for everyone, beginning at Tier 6, you should be able to go ahead and take this down in a team of 4 easily. Right. You can even go ahead and trio it down. And actually, if you go ahead and max out your Pokemon and have the perfect weather conditions in your favor, you could even duo this. So hey, there's many possibilities to go ahead and get this, but of course, as always, you want to go ahead and get your friends together, reach out on Discord, Reddit, or whatever the case would be to find a group of people to go ahead and bring it down. So, let's go ahead and go over the movesets for this Pokemon. What are the movesets that Cobalion has?
So Cobalion has a total of 2 fast moves, Zen Headbutt, which is a psychic move, and Metal Claw, which is a steel move.
Alright, so that covers the fast attacks. What are the charge attacks?
Close Combat fighting move, Iron Head, which is a steel move, and Stone Edge, which is the rock move.
Alright, so I mean that doesn't sound too scary in regards to a big combination. But it is something you gotta be worried about. Aware of, because the wrong type of Pokemon moveset kind of is going to go through your resources. Well, that's all I'm trying to say, So let's go ahead and cover the Pokemon that you should have in your team. Let's go ahead and cover the first Supreme counter.
The number 1 counter is Chandelure with Fire Spin and Overheat.
So with Fire Spin and with Overheat. But not everyone has a Unova Stone to go ahead and, or have several Unova Stones to go ahead and create an army of these guys just yet. So coming in at number 2 is a legendary bird himself, and one that's going to be coming to the reward systems. So to go ahead and help you back it up and maybe get some candies.
A Moltres with Fire Spin and Overheat.
Okay, now that's one that you're going to want to go ahead and power up, but we know that candies are hard. So let's move on to something that should be easier for everyone to go ahead and power up. Maybe even build 2 or 3 of these for your team.
Right.
And that is
Blaziken.
Now, if you were playing during the community day event, you have plenty of candies. Hopefully, you evolved a few. So this is gonna be the perfect time to go ahead and level them up to the right CP on the heat map level, which should be level 30 more or less, right? Giving them a base around of what 2614. For the combat power is what you're going to want to build a minimum RB stat for him to go in. And what are the movesets that he's going to need?
Counter and Blast Burn.
Okay, so you need that fighting move to go ahead and charge up the Blast Burn relatively quickly, and then go ahead and hit head on. And then of course, if we're going to talk about fighting moves, of course your beloved
Machamp with Counter and Dynamic Punch,
right?
Which we should all have some of those.
But again, if you're new to the game, if you're a returning player, you know what? Or you missed out on the event when Machamp was out and about. It's a hard one to get, so it's not an easy one where everyone can go ahead and have it evolve.
He is the number 1 fighting type. If you do get your hands on a good one, please invest that Stardust into him because he always comes up, and he's been coming up in the list like for a couple raid bosses now.
So in your opinion, Machamp is something, or one of the Pokemon that you should invest your rare candies in?
Stardust. I said Stardust, and yes, you should power up Machamp. If you have good ones, heck yeah, you do need a good Machamp on your team, or a couple.
And rare candies?
I mean, it depends on, everybody uses rare candies differently, so I mean, yes.
Okay. And with that said, let's move on to number 5.
Number 5 with that legendary dog, Entei.
Alright, so with Entei in itself, what do we need for it?
Fire Fang and Overheat.
Okay, alright.
So fire moves.
Now, Entei in itself, a little bit higher on the defense, so we'll be able to endure, so a great one as well. Now, because it does take candies, again, something that you might want to invest, you know, all those extra candies, those candies that you have into them, you're going to want to go ahead and bring them up to a level of, what, combat power of 3,200, more or less. That's where
sure.
where it falls into. So, just, you know, an FYI on that one. And then moving on to the next one, we need another fighter in there for sure. One that doesn't get enough love, honestly, because Machamp and then usually Hariyama's overshadowed. But in this particular case, coming in at number 6, it's Breloom, right?
Yeah.
And Breloom is going to need the 2 particular moves to go ahead and bring it in. So I'm assuming a fighting move, right?
Both fighting moves, actually.
Oh, okay. So what is it?
Counter and Dynamic Punch.
Okay, so there we go. Mirror image of Machamp's moves in regards. And then going to the one that I just mentioned, notably Hariyama, right?
Yeah, it comes after, which is kind of
surprising, because usually it's the other way around and then filters down. So that is very, very cool. And then, of course, same movesets, counter and
Dynamic Punch.
Thank you. And of course, moving on to one that has eluded me because I did not get a chance to play when he was out and about. I blame all the wonderful overtime work that I had at the time. But that is Heatran, right?
He's a beast. I don't know. Like,
yeah, because you have him. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't get enough love, I think, but he's pretty boss status. I like him.
And Heatran in itself is going to need 2 fire type moves, which are going to be
Fire Spin and Blast Burn.
Okay, there you go. There you got it on that one. And then, of course, coming to finally a purpose for maybe that Flower Crown Eevee.
Yeah.
This is the time to go ahead and evolve yourself a Flareon. And Flareon, beast of one of the Eevee evolutions in itself, is going to need fire attacks of what? Fire Spin and Overheat, I assume, right? Yeah, so that's what it is. Bam. And of course, CP level 2800 is what you're looking for to go ahead and have it up there to do max damage. Now, the next one that's coming in is one of the new Gen 5 Pokemon that have been coming out, and if you've evolved this one to this final stage, it's a great one to use. Mainly because I think he's underrated a lot.
Oh, he is?
I believe so. And, you know, he's just a tanky, like, beast of a Pokemon to use, and that's Extra. It's going to require using 2 ground attacks, which are going to be?
Mud Slap and Drill Run.
And that's going to power up quick, so a great one to use. This goes ahead and covers the top 10
counters.
Thank you.
To bring down Cobalion.
So go ahead and let us know in the comments down below. Are you excited about getting this one? Maybe you're excited about the other trios that are, the other 2 that are coming out of this legendary trio. Are you planning to go ahead and do the raid hours when this Pokemon is out and about?
We are.
Nah, that's true.
Don't forget to subscribe, you guys, if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to be notified of all our new content. Expect more videos from us, you guys. We have a lot more coming your way. And until next time,
share the video with your friends. Peace.